The World Cup is also causing a scandal in the United States. Breaking news, gunshots have been reported just 6 kilometers from the England team's training base. This is no joke. Local media report that at least 9 people were injured, causing a lot of uncertainty in Kansas City, the place where the English team has chosen to stay. Unbelievable. The Three Lions team is in full preparation on the eve of their World Cup debut on June 17th against Croatia. But that's not all. No. Pay attention. Alert! The Swiss Federation is complaining about the presence of poisonous snakes near the training camp headquarters. Guys, this is no joke. The Swiss Federation has been looking for a solution in the shortest possible time over the last few hours and might move to another training facility. Just look at this, guys. This is where they are training, okay? And right here, in the red area, there are poisonous snakes that could endanger the lives of the Swiss players. Unbelievable. No. It's just that it's impressive. In fact, they're telling us here. At that moment, the Swiss team that will participate in the World Cup is on high alert due to the presence of snakes near their training base. Okay, they, if I'm not mistaken, are in California. To be exact, in San Diego. Please stay alert. The Swiss national team and the problem with a plague of poisonous snakes at their training camp for the 2026 World Cup. The team has taken measures to protect the players. Guys, this is crazy. Look, the shootings are obviously a tragedy. It's something terrible, but it's something that can happen, right? I mean, it's like an accident. But this is not an accident. This is incompetence. Because these people were put in a place that's infested with poisonous snakes. How is that possible? Let's see what people are saying.
In this image, the Swiss team's base camp in San Diego. And there's a huge area full of snakes right next to the training field, the gym, and the goalkeeper's warm-up area.
I mean, what the heck? This can't be possible. Something like this just can't be possible. Yeah.
So players have to be very careful when kicking the ball, because only a brave one would dare to jump the fence and go after it.
Obviously, they wouldn't send the players, but who would they send? The coaching staff? To risk their lives, put their lives in danger? It's extremely dangerous, guys. Honestly, it's incredible what we're experiencing. And look, this is in the United States. A lot of people talk about Mexico, but watch out for the United States. And there's something interesting. About Canada, I know that the vast majority of people, especially if they don't have context, must think that Canada has no problems, that it's the perfect country. Canada is a mess. Canada is already like India 2.0. The thing is, Canada got a lot of filler matches, very minor ones. Mexico still got some more interesting matches. They got the opening match. They have more iconic stadiums. Honestly, nobody cares about Canada. That's what happens with Canada. Nobody is interested. And almost nobody is following any coverage about Canada because people assume that the vast majority of matches and teams that will be there are honestly just filler matches. Sadly, that's what Canada got. But well, at least they can say they had a World Cup at home, right? But guys, this is incredible. I mean, the thing with the snakes is crazy. Now let's see what they tell us about what happened in Kansas with the England team.
Just 1.5 kilometers from where the England team will be staying, there was a massive incident leaving 9 people injured. 9 injured.
9 heridos.
And this has raised concerns and set off alarm bells. As I mentioned last week, the city of Kansas will host the Argentina team, the Netherlands team, and the Saudi Arabia team.
The Argentina team. Messi will be there. The Netherlands team, although, well, Messi lives in the United States now, right? But you get the idea. The Netherlands,
Saudi Arabia, the England team, and it happened very close to the hotel. The investigations are ongoing. The motive has not been determined yet, but it happened very close to the area. Fortunately, the England team, which had already arrived in the United States, had a friendly match in Orlando. But there is also a lot of concern now with the group, okay?
Okay. That is, apparently, right at the moment when this terrible event happened, the England team was in Orlando playing a friendly match. But that's their base camp, their team headquarters. Very intense, very close to the England team, which is one of the favorites, even though Tuchel, who is the coach of England, did not call up several of their stars. Things won't cool down with England. Incredible. But well, let's see. That's not all. No. That's not all, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg because I'm telling you, what's happening in the United States is tremendous. Pay attention. Urgent. US authorities are searching Senegal national team players as they get off the plane. Let's take a look. He's going to give the same plastic and would also have to check. massive inspection of the Senegal players. Okay. They're checking to make sure they're not armed. Imagine that. Look at this. They're checking body temperature and all that. No, silly. Oh, God. Oh.
And
Imagine. And this has caused a lot of outrage. They say, how is it possible that they're being searched? Let's see. Let's see. I think it's right that they're being searched. Do you think soccer players deserve special treatment? If they search you, they should search me and everyone else too. When we go through immigration in a country, why wouldn't they be searched too? Why do they get special treatment? That's what I wonder. No, it's fine for them to be searched. They even get special treatment by skipping the long lines the rest of us face when entering the United States. Because the lines you have to stand in the United States are crazy. Because immigration in the United States, God, it's so slow, super inefficient. It's incredible how extremely slow it is. Especially in airports like Atlanta's. Have you ever had to go to Atlanta airport and wait there? One time I spent an hour and a half there waiting in line. It's unbelievable. But there are people who apparently get outraged when the law is enforced. This is simply following the law. It's the right thing to do. Not just because they're so-called soccer players. Because look, any country could easily sneak in some stranger there. Or something like that. We don't know. Obviously, you have to be especially careful with the coaching staff. But anyway, the point is that just because they're soccer players doesn't mean they deserve super preferential treatment at all. In fact, they're already getting preferential treatment because they're being checked here without having to go through airport security or stand in long lines. So just imagine. Now look at this. The Uzbekistan national team was subjected to a strict security protocol upon arriving at one of the stadiums in New York prior to their friendly match. Or their warm-up match against the Netherlands. I'm telling you, it's upsetting many people. The Netherlands, there it is.
Uzbekistan arriving.
Just look at that. They're being checked, right? To make sure they're not armed or anything. These are the security checks. That's how it works. Save my spot.
Right?
Let's see. Even they're even having dogs check them, along with the suitcases and everything. Just look at the dog. Do you see it? Unbelievable. He smells everyone's gear. But they do that with us too. And they do that in every country. But let me ask, why is this outrageous? If they do this in every country without exception. I've had the opportunity to travel to many countries. Dozens. I don't even know how many. Imagine, I haven't counted them. I've traveled through almost all of Europe. I've traveled obviously to the United States, obviously several countries in Asia, including Japan, Korea, China, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore. I've been to the United Arab Emirates, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Lebanon. I've been to a whole lot of countries, quite a few. And I can guarantee you that they do this everywhere. Checking you at airports, they do it everywhere. Having a dog sniff your suitcase, they do that everywhere. They open your suitcase, put on gloves, and start checking what you have inside. Everywhere. They've done it to me at the airport in Japan. This is common. It's protocol. Why would they deserve preferential treatment? I'm just asking. Those are protocols that every country follows. Why should they, as coaching staff and football players, get preferential treatment? I'm just asking. I don't think that's fair. I think they should be checked as well. In fact, I would find it outrageous if they were given super preferential treatment and didn't have to follow the rules like everyone else. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to know what you think and what your opinions are about all of this. Keep in mind, let's not forget something very important. Snakes? Snakes? Snakes at the training camp? Snakes? Gunshots? 9 injured near another team's training camp? I think this is extremely serious, and I believe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because the worst part is that the World Cup is just about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next time.